Hello, dear friend. I'm so glad you're here. Welcome to this quiet space, a small pause in your day to slow down, breathe, and simply be without needing to perform or prepare. There's nothing to get right here. Just settle in, wherever you are, let your shoulders soften. Take one slow breath with me, and when you're ready, let's begin. I want to say something that might surprise you. Emotional strength isn't loud. It isn't someone who never cries, never struggles, never feels afraid. So often we imagine strong people as unshakable, always calm, always certain, always in control. But real emotional strength usually looks much quieter than that. It's less about what someone does and more about what they've slowly, gently learned to stop doing. Today, I want to walk through 10 of these things with you. 10 small, everyday habits that emotionally strong people have simply let go of over time. Not because they're perfect, not because they never feel the pull to do these things anymore, but because they've learned gently that letting go of them makes room for something steadier. Let's go through them together. Slowly. Take a breath, and let's begin. 1. They don't over-explain themselves. The first thing emotionally strong people stop doing is over-explaining every decision they make. If they say no to something, they don't feel the need to build a 5-minute case defending why. If they leave a gathering early, they don't need to justify it 3 different ways. A simple, honest sentence is enough. I can't make it. This isn't right for me. I need to go. Over-explaining often comes from a quiet fear that our reasons won't be accepted unless we prove them. But strong people slowly learn that a complete sentence is a complete sentence. You don't owe the world a defense for every choice you make about your own life. 2. They don't chase everyone's approval. The second thing they let go of is constantly seeking approval from everyone around them. It's natural to want to be liked, but emotionally strong people slowly stop rearranging themselves to be liked by every single person they meet. They understand that being disliked by someone isn't proof that something is wrong with them. Sometimes it simply means they weren't the right fit for that person, and that's all right. This doesn't happen overnight. It's a quiet, ongoing practice of asking, do I actually agree with this, or am I just trying to be approved of? And slowly, choosing the answer that's true, even when it isn't the most popular one. 3. They don't compare their journey to everyone else's. The third thing is comparing their life, constantly, to someone else's timeline. Strong people still notice other people's success. They're not immune to it, but they've slowly stopped using someone else's life as the measuring stick for their own. They understand that 2 different lives were never running the same race to begin with. Comparison whispers that you're behind. Emotional strength quietly whispers back, this is not a race, and this is not someone else's story. This is mine. 4. They don't suppress their emotions to seem fine. The fourth thing might surprise you. Emotionally strong people don't pretend to be okay when they aren't. There's a common myth that strength means never showing sadness, frustration, or fear. But real strength isn't suppression. It's the willingness to feel something honestly without collapsing into it or hiding from it completely. They allow themselves to say, today is hard, without immediately following it with an apology. They know that pretending to be fine all the time doesn't remove the feeling. It just buries it somewhere it will resurface later, usually at a much less convenient time. 5. They don't stay in conversations that drain them just to be polite. The fifth thing is staying in draining conversations or situations purely out of politeness. Emotionally strong people learn slowly that protecting their energy isn't rude. They can be kind and still choose not to stay in a conversation that constantly leaves them feeling smaller. A gentle, I have to go now is not unkind. It's simply honest. This one takes real practice, especially for people who were taught that being agreeable was the same thing as being good. But strength includes knowing when a conversation or a room or a relationship has quietly stopped being good for you. Friend, I want to pause here for a moment, right in the middle of our list. If any of these are landing gently in your heart, I'd love it if you considered subscribing. Not for a number, not for me, but because somewhere else right now, someone might be over-explaining themselves, or chasing approval, or staying somewhere that quietly drains them, and this small space might help them feel a little less alone in learning to stop. Thank you. Let's continue. 6. They don't take everything personally. The 6th thing emotionally strong people slowly release is taking everything personally. Someone's short reply, a canceled plan, a coworker's bad mood. These things happen constantly, and most of the time, they have very little to do with you at all. Strong people learn to ask gently, is this actually about me, or am I assuming it is? This doesn't mean ignoring real hurt when it happens. It means not automatically absorbing every small moment as proof of your own worth or failure. 7. They don't wait for the perfect moment to begin. The 7th thing is waiting endlessly for the perfect moment before starting something important. Emotionally strong people notice fear when it shows up, dressed as, I'll wait until I feel more ready. And slowly they've learned to begin anyway, a little unsure, a little unprepared, but moving forward regardless. They understand that confidence usually arrives after the first step, not before it. Waiting for perfect readiness often just becomes another quiet way of staying still. 8. They don't ignore their own needs to take care of everyone else. The 8th thing is constantly ignoring their own needs while tending to everyone else's. There's nothing wrong with caring deeply for other people, but emotionally strong people slowly learn that pouring from an empty cup helps no one, including the people they're trying to help. Rest isn't selfish. A boundary isn't unkind. Taking care of themselves isn't a betrayal of the people they love. This is often one of the hardest things to unlearn, especially for people who were praised for constantly putting others first. But real care, sustained over time, requires some care flowing back toward yourself too. 9. They don't let one bad day define their whole identity. The 9th thing is letting a single hard day or a single mistake define who they believe they are. A hard morning doesn't mean you're a failure. A moment of losing your temper doesn't mean you're a bad person. Strong people slowly learn to separate what happened from who they are. They can say honestly, that was a hard moment, without spiraling into, that means I'm broken. This separation between an event and an identity is one of the quietest, most powerful shifts emotional strength brings. 10. They don't carry grudges as a form of protection. And the 10th thing, the one I want to leave you with, is carrying resentment as a way of staying safe. It's tempting to believe that holding on to anger somehow protects us from being hurt again. But emotionally strong people slowly learn that grudges don't actually protect them. They just keep them tethered to the very moment they're trying to move past. Letting go doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. It simply means choosing not to carry that weight forward into days and relationships that deserve a lighter version of you. So here is my gentle invitation for you tonight, dear friend. You don't need to master all 10 of these at once. None of us do. Not even the people who seem the steadiest. Emotional strength isn't a finished destination. It's a quiet, ongoing practice of noticing and slowly, gently choosing differently. Maybe today, just pick one. One small habit you're ready to loosen your grip on. That is enough to begin. Let's walk back through what we shared today, friend. We talked about letting go of over-explaining and chasing approval. We talked about releasing comparison and the pressure to always seem fine. We talked about protecting our energy and not taking everything personally. We talked about beginning before we feel fully ready and making space for our own needs. We talked about not letting one hard day define our whole identity. And finally, about setting down the grudges we've been carrying as if they were protecting us. Thank you for spending this quiet time here with me today. Time is one of the gentlest gifts we can give one another, and you gave a little of yours to this small space. That means more than you know. If something here settled softly in your heart, I'd love it if you pressed subscribe, not to grow a number, but because someone else out there might need this same quiet reminder tonight. Wherever the rest of your day takes you, be patient with yourself as you practice letting go of what no longer serves you. You don't need to be strong all at once. You just need to keep gently choosing, one small moment at a time. Take care of your heart, friend. You've been listening with Growth Mode. Goodbye for now.